Scott Davis, hey you guys. Bill, how are you?
Hey, good to see you, man.
Good to see you. I'll come back to the fact that you created my favorite TV show ever in the history of mankind in a couple of minutes if I get a chance. But let's talk about shrinking.
Dude, I always dig talking about Clone High. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Congrats on the show.
Hey, thank you.
Really enjoyed it. It's a really fantastic premise, as is always the case with your stuff. You get to work with Jason and Brent on this one. I just wondered what the collaborative process was like and what the kind of the genesis was. What was the starting off point?
Man, cool question. Look, Brett Goldstein and I were holed up in the UK, unsurprisingly, spending some time in pubs because that's what you do. Because I don't know if you know this, but it rains there a lot, and so you find yourself there's a pub on every corner for a reason, man. I know.
Exactly right.
And Brett and I have been friends and writers for a long time, even predating him acting on Ted Lasso, and we randomly found out that we were both working on a similar idea about a therapist and also living in the world of dealing with grief, because unsurprisingly, there's not one person you'll ever meet that isn't dealing with that topic, at least tangentially right now in their life. And we added Jason Segel to the mix because he's an old buddy of mine that was looking to do a comedy again. He hadn't done one in a long time, but all we put out there was just got to have layers of emotional depth to it. And for me, I'm just always looking to make my life easier. So I'm like, all right, I could write this with Brett, so it takes away half the work. And then I can have Jason write his lines, and that takes away another corner of the work. And then I can just do interviews and take credit for their work. That's the plan.
It's a good gig. It's a good gig. What's your drink of choice when you're in the UK?
You know what, man? It used to be. I got to tell you, it's not Tequila is not as big there, but it's a drink that doesn't give me nasty hangovers. You know, so because I used to be when I was younger, it was a snake bite with whatever pub would mix their stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's I had one of those the first year of Ted Lasso. I think I had a hangover for like 2 days. There's so much sugar in it, man. It just kills you.
So much sugar. Where did the idea of someone like Harrison Ford, because he hasn't done a lot of telly, and I remember seeing him in Anchorman 2, and Will Ferrell had spoken about how he always looked a bit confused when he did his cameo as to what was going on. Where did that
look, the coolest thing about what I do now is I get to my first job is full circle was with Michael J. Fox, and I lost my mind when I was 26, and I was talking to the Back to the Future dude about what to say. And so we needed a curmudgeonly older therapist. I knew Harrison a little, and I've gotten to the point in my career, man, that I will ask anybody. And I used to get so hurt when they would say no and feel embarrassed. And now I'm just used to it. Harrison was my first experience in the last decade that I'm like, hey man, you want to do this show? I'll make you funny and you'll be kind of a curmudgeonly old therapist with Parkinson's. And there's a pause. He's like, okay. And I was like, what? I didn't know what I was going to say next. You know what I mean? And so the opportunity to kind of make him, live in this world and be funny, it's been a blast, man. And he's a really good collaborator.
Fantastic. And before I go, I will just ask you, my favorite show ever, and I thank you for creating it, is Scrubs. It changed my life in so many different ways. So I wanted to go on camera and say thank you for that.
Hey,
and
that
also,
means,
how close are we to the reunion? Is there going to be a reunion? There's all this talk now about reunions. Is it going to happen one day?
You took me away because I'm so grateful for you saying that. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I'm so proud of that show, and it's so personal to me. I will, without a doubt, eventually revisit that show. The weird thing is we don't need it financially. Everybody's working and we're all still super close. We use Scrubs as an excuse to spend time with each other as a group. We actually say yes to anybody that asks us to do panels or do things just so we can hang out. That said, I haven't said it, but look for a thing with me doing a show with some of the actors and actresses from that show in 2023. Might not be Scrubs, but I'm just dying to work with them again.
Awesome. Well, if you and Zach are in the UK, you should do something over here so I can come and see it.
Oh, dude, by the way, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Thanks for your time, Bill. Pleasure talking to you. Thanks so much for your time.
As always, appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey You Guys!